Sebastian Kreft.
Hi.
You are one of the co-founders of Metalshub. So I would like to ask you some questions.
Sure.
Could you please tell me what exactly do you do at Metalshub?
So Metalshub is a new digital marketplace for buying and selling of ferroalloys and metals. But it's not only a marketplace in the sense of the word, it also creates an ecosystem. So we integrate logistics providers, insurance companies and also financing companies.
Okay. And what would you say, why should people use Metalshub?
So there's two main reasons to use Metalshub. So one is to connect with new trading parties. Trust is a major issue in the commodities industry. Metalshub is providing a trusted environment where all the parties are going through a screening process, so you can be sure you trade with a trusted party. The second reason is speed. A ferroalloy transaction is complex. It involves a lot of information. In Metalshub you get everything instantly. Freight rates, insurance quotes. So you can transact much faster than in the traditional way.
Okay, interesting. And what do you say, why haven't those technologies been adopted yet?
Well, there have been some attempts in the past, but I think in the past the time was not right yet. So now we're in 2017, we grew up in a world where it's normal to buy things over the internet, where it's normal to book a flight online, so people are much more familiar with doing business online. At the same time, in the past, people were afraid. They thought, oh, if I do business over the internet, it means less interaction with people. But actually it means the opposite. So if you can do business through our online platform, you have a lot more time for meeting customers or your suppliers because the operational elements are more automated.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Minnaar. So you're head of operations at Metalshub, and as former locations manager in Follows Group, the metals warehouse in Rotterdam, you're also the specialist for logistics here at Metalshub. Can you please tell me what are the services you offer at Metalshub?
Of course. So the idea is that we want to provide as well as warehousing and logistics, as in transport, trucking. On the warehousing side, we are going to partner up with the warehouses our customers are already using. So at the moment, the parcel is stored within a warehouse. We will partner up with this warehouse and we will provide also from their services that they have to offer. So think of just a normal storage, and there will be customs clearance, repacking, maybe sieving, whatever comes into mind what the warehouse has to offer. On the other side, we will also provide the transport, so trucking rates, where we will go into our market and use our own network and expertise to find good and competitive trucking rates. But we also would like to partner up with the warehouses if they also provide transport and trucking rates. So it depends a little bit we can use and what is the best service against cost option.
Okay. And as far as I know, a lot of producers of metals are located in China or Russia. So this leads me to the question, to what extent you offer to organize the transport and logistics? Do you also offer to organize it from the port in Asia?
At the moment we're focusing in Europe, mainly because the customers we're focusing on are based in Europe. So the parcel actually also has to be stored already in Europe, as we will sell from an in-warehouse perspective. But it doesn't mean if we finally have traction within Europe, we will also look wider into the world to see what other options are there. So we already partnered up for shipping rates, so we will have instant shipping rates over the platform, as well as instant trucking rates. I think this is something totally new in this business. You don't have to call around anymore. It will be instant rates always available on the website. But as said, we're focusing at the moment just at European business, so with regards to trucking. The shipping side, so in containers or bulk, is something for later, but then we will be able to ship it from China to wherever you want to, or the other way around, from Europe to maybe the States, where we will then also partner up with certain warehouses to be globally located to provide logistics.
Okay, sounds really good. And now my last question, what would you say are the most compelling reasons for a company that are using Metalshub to also use your logistics services?
Well, I think the key word there is efficiency. So at the moment, if someone nowadays has to do their logistics, they probably have a back office with a lot of people there who are calling the entire day with the warehouses, the transport companies, there's emails back and forth, so there's a lot of time there, it's waste. While if there would be one central point who can take care of everything on a digital way, everything can be standardized, instructions to the warehouse companies, instructions to the trucking companies, instant rates coming back so customers don't have to call and wait for rates anymore. You will always be able to track your parcel. So nowadays, for instance, you are able to book a pizza and have a tracking system there, and the pizza only costs €7. And for a bigger parcel, Ferroella's maybe costing €250,000, you're unable to track where your parcel is at. So making it digital, we will also have the possibility to track your cargo, and again, it will be faster, and we will also be looking for more competitive rates in this market, which we can because we are competitive. And our customers at the moment are the smaller end users. And the smaller end users at the moment, a family would buy 2 tons in warehouse A, 5 tons in warehouse B. Nowadays, 2 trucks will go to the foundry. We now have this information over the platform where we could combine such a trucking and therefore make it a lot cheaper, but also a lot better for the environment, simply because it's only 1 truck on the road. It's a lot less fuel consumption, so a lot greener for the environment.
Okay, that sounds really good. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm here with Frank Jackel, one of the co-founders of Metalshub. Hello Frank, I would like to ask you some questions about your quite recently founded company Metalshub. So first of all, what was the main reason that drove you to creating your own company?
Well, having worked for a number of years in the metals industry, I have experienced firsthand how inefficient and slow actually metal trading is. And that very personal experience triggered always the question, what can we do about it? What can we do to improve metals trading? And that's how the idea of Metalshub was actually born. Because Metalshub wants to provide a digital marketplace for the industry that makes metals trading more efficient, much quicker, and much more convenient for all parties.
Okay. And what was the most difficult part about it, about creating your own business?
I think just doing it, getting out of your comfort zone and starting this business. When I worked for large corporations, I always had people assisting me on certain things like legal risk, etc. When you start up a company, you have to do everything yourself, even though we have a great team. But that's clearly the biggest challenge in the beginning. But it's great fun.
I'm glad it's fun. So my next question is, what makes you qualified to create such a platform? What do you say?
First, my co-founder Sebastian and we have worked for a long time in this industry. We have vast experience. And also I have a technical background in this field as well. I'm a metallurgist by background, but of course we bring a lot of experience to the table in metals trading. Second, both Sebastian and we've worked a number of years for the Boston Consulting Group, so we also know methodologies, how to improve and optimize processes, but also we have learned to be innovative and think outside of the box. And third, I think that's the most important thing, we've got a great team. We've got very experienced people with a background in marketing, in logistics, we've got great developers on board, and that of course helps us to build up this great platform.
Okay, great. So I have one last question, last but not least. What do you have in mind for the future of your company?
Of course, we want to become the leading platform for trading ferroalloys and metals. But we've got 3 specific areas where we want to grow. Number 1 is actually we want to grow the number of products that can be traded over the platform. Second is we want to expand into different regions of the world, different geographies. And third, of course, we want to increase the functionality and the services that we offer through Metalshub.
Okay, this sounds like a great vision.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.